This is one of our newer designs. Your mind is a creative tool. Use it to free yourself from poverty. We at Motivational Expressions, a company that myself and my daughter founded in late 2024, created this expression with the intent of relaying the message that the human mind is boundless. Whatever your financial circumstance, you can develop the insight and intelligence to navigate a path out of your struggles. Visit our online store today, motivationalexpressions.com. Today we're going to discuss how to start a budget. Starting a budget is easy. Sticking to the budget is what's difficult. I know because it took some practice. It took quite a while for me to create a budget and stick to it. Initially, when I started budgeting back in my 20s. But I want you to know that if you believe, you can achieve. Some of you right now, you're facing a lot of debt and you're sort of drowning in your debt. You feel like your financial house is on fire. Well, I'm here to help you extinguish that fire. So let's first talk about how do we budget? How do we set up a budget? Okay, here we go. So the first thing you need to know is, what is my income? How much money do I bring in every month? Is this a set dollar amount or does it fluctuate? Well, it all depends on the type of employment that you have. Some of you have steady employment. Some of us, we have temporary employment. So we have to set up our budgets according to pretty much what we know the money will be that's coming in. We have to know that dollar figure. The next thing is we have to look at the most important thing, our expenses. So I want to talk today about necessities. Sometimes people get confused about what is necessary and what is just really a want. So necessities, number one, food. We all need food to live, right? We have to eat. But fast food is not a necessity. Fast food is expensive and it's oftentimes very unhealthy. The next thing we have is we have car notes. Some of us have car notes. All of us should have car insurance. And then we all have car fuel. And then we have cell phones. A cell phone today is a necessity, yes. But does that mean that we need a new cell phone every year or 2 years? No. My last cell phone, well, let's say the last two cell phones I had them for about 5 years. I keep a cell phone until either the phone won't dial or it won't turn on. So I get the best use from my cell phone use. Okay, so the next thing we need to talk about is home toiletries. That's your soap, detergents, your toilet paper, any household cleaning supply or anything that you need for the house. Those are basically your toiletries. And then some of us have childcare, which is very expensive and it puts a huge dent in our budgets. And for now, that's an expense that you have to endure unless you can find a friend or a family member that you trust to take care of your children. The next thing is you may have a mortgage. And if you don't have a mortgage, then you're renting, so you have rent. And then you either have mortgage or renter's insurance. And if you own a home, you have your real estate taxes that you have to pay, summer and winter taxes. Sometimes it's escrowed into your mortgage. So if you just want to look at, okay, my mortgage has my insurance as well as my taxes all rolled into one, that's very simple. Then you just look at your mortgage and you calculate that expense right up here. So miscellaneous things, those are irregular expenses. Those are things like car repairs, home repairs, clothes, anything that is a necessity that you need now or you need to repair in order to make your life run smoothly. Those are your miscellaneous costs. So as you can see, living is very expensive. And we can ill afford to use credit cards to buy unnecessary purchases that we don't need and we can't afford. So when building your budget, cut out all of the unnecessities and stick to just the basics. And then figure out, okay, once I add up all of my expenses and I know what my income is, you can then decide how much you can start saving. Now, what I recommend is that you start off small. I don't want you to start off saying, I want to save $1,000 a month. You may want to save $1,000 a month, but right now, maybe you have to start at $250 until you can kind of position your spending habits such that you've eliminated all unnecessary spending for now. It's going to be a sacrifice. Now, some of you may have different expenses than what I have listed here. This was just an example of how you can outline your expenses. And I know it seems very simple. You might say, Sharnella, you know, this is like basic knowledge or basic information. The thing is, it is basic. But the problem is most people don't take the time to write out a budget. They think they can just calculate it in their head and, you know, oh, I've got it. I know how much this costs. I know how much this costs. Yes, you might know how much that costs, but until you put it on paper and add it all up, you don't really understand what the cost is. And that's why a lot of times when some of you get paid, it's like your check just vanishes. And it's like, well, geez, where did the money go? That's because you didn't track it. You have to track your finances. You have to track your spending in order to get to a position where you have full control over your budget. And it takes time. The concept is simple, I'll say that again, but the execution of the concept can be a bit challenging. But again, if you believe it, you can achieve it. So if you find that when you add up your expenses, outweigh your income such that not only can you not save, but my God, I'm in the red. What do I do? What's the logical thing that you have to do? You have to find a way to earn more money or to decrease more expenses. And ideally, you should be doing both. Finding more ways to decrease expenses as well as earning more money. That'll help you reach your goal a lot faster. So I want you to understand that your mind is a creative tool. Use it to free yourself from poverty. So you all may have read, I'm sure you read the title on the hoodie that I'm wearing. It says, your mind is a creative tool. Use it to free yourself from poverty. I wanted to wear this to remind myself that my mind is a creative tool. And for me, I'm going to use it to keep myself out of poverty. Now, I used it to free myself from poverty, but I also have to remember to continue to use this bright mind to keep myself out of poverty. And you can as well. So if you're not earning enough money to pay for all of your expenses and save the amount of money that you want to save, then you have to creatively think of what you can do to increase your income or to have a side hustle that helps to supplement some of your expenses, or even that side hustle could be used to start your savings account. What I'd like for you to do is get into a quiet place, peaceful place, and I want you to brainstorm. I want you to think about all of the qualities that you have, and think about the ones that you can focus on and practice, hone in on to develop that can add value to other people's lives. Because when you add value to other people's lives, there's oftentimes a reward. But you have to genuinely want to help someone first. And then oftentimes you can find a path in which whatever it is you're doing to help others can then generate income for yourself. So what I want you to do now is to write out your budget, figure out where your poor spending habits are and eliminate them. And if you're not where you want to be financially after trimming your budget, then you have to seriously work on figuring out what it is you can do to increase your income. You owe that to yourself. So I want to leave you with this thought. Remember, you are in control of your finances. You are in control of your life. Even if right now you think things are spiraling out of control, you have complete control to change your life and make it what you want to make it. Don't tell yourself that you can't do it or that, I'm too old. Maybe, you don't want to become a millionaire. Maybe you don't want to become a multimillionaire. Maybe all you want to do is better your circumstances so that when you retire, you don't have to scrape and ask your kids to help take care of you or depend on the kindness of strangers. You can improve your circumstances, but how much your circumstances are improved truly depends on you and your dedication and your willingness to find a way to improve your circumstances. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And in the meantime, if you have found value in the things that I've said, then I would like for you to give me a like, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to continue to watch and listen as we move along this financial progression of getting out of debt, saving, and investing, then please subscribe to my channel because I'd love to spread the word. And when you like and subscribe, you help me increases my chances of reaching more people. It is my goal to change 1 million lives. It is my goal to help people understand how to take control of their financial circumstances. Okay, bye for now.